Well, another week, another preview. Obviously, didn't have one last week because it was a bye week. So
Did we
our
win though?
Seahawks are rested up. Did we win? I mean, I hope we did.
No, we didn't. Trade deadline
um,
went and passed, and we didn't do shit.
of course. Yeah, that was one thing. Didn't do anything on the trade deadline, so I feel like we could have at least got one offensive lineman, but neither here nor there because now after the bye week, we are here to face the 49ers away in Santa Clara. So that's going to be something. Yeah, you got any initial thoughts for this
Yeah.
game or anything like that?
I want to make sure that we don't lose the. You said neither here nor there for the offensive line, and the entire time you and I are both like, this is here and or now, or like
It's now and now, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, dude. Madden, like, yeah, sometimes you just want to sim a week. This is a week I want to just sim and just get it over with. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Every time we face the 49ers, it's always something. I think the last game, was what, 34-20 or so? Like, a lot of either way, it
It
was a
wasn't
lot
even
of
close
missed
that game
points.
too. We had like a late score or two in
There
that
was a
game.
there was a time when we were like on the way back, but again, shot ourselves in the foot and stuff like that. We got Brock Purdy threw the ball on us then, and obviously Jordan Mason ran on us. And if
Yeah.
not Jordan Mason, their other running back would run on us. So what have we been up to since then? Nothing. The
Nothing.
Seattle Seahawks have been frustrating fans with the past couple. I'll just say past couple of games have been those implosion games on the offense. We haven't been. I think those were like 20 points per game or lower for those past two games. 49ers have been giving 23 plus points for the past seven of their nine games or something like that. So basically, they're basically doing what they're supposed to do on their offense. I think like their previous game, the before was with the Bucks, and they had 23 points there. But otherwise, that was like a time when like you actually could see the 49ers losing, but Bucks didn't finish it. Can we do that now as the Seahawks going into this game? I'm not sure. I don't know what the offense will give us. I don't know what our defense will give us.
I really feel like the only way we can get into this game is if we get Trent Williams ejected. Like, just give him a little bit, and Trent Williams, he's fucking nuts. He's just, "Grr." If we can get Puka Nakua to get ejected in a game, we can get Trent Williams easy.
I'm screaming. Yeah, man. I mean, like the 49ers have just been passing and rushing the ball. So the only thing for me with this game is if I just had to give we don't have to go into the 3 points, but my 3 points is, hey, offense. I want to just say just score points and not field goals. I mean, score touchdowns.
In
That's
the red
that's
zone too, get some fucking points in the red zone. God damn.
Yeah, and red zone efficiency. Like there's a lot of stuff you can talk about that, but I'm just gonna sum it up with offense, get points. Defense, just tighten up your defense, both rushing and passing. And you can go into that too, but I'm just gonna say tighten up the defense, and then finally just reduce mistakes. That's all I got.
I mean, they got two big returns from injury. CMC came back last week, and that is not something to look forward to for us. But we have been getting. I mean, if last week is anything to be hopeful by, our run defense seemed to improve. Obviously, we let go of Terrell Dotson, leaving us with none of the linebackers we signed in the offseason. But it's if the key stat, if you do the comparison between the teams, is that I think Seahawks are averaging 91 yards rushing per game, whereas the 49ers are averaging 150. And,
That's wild. I need you to understand that. That's very wild.
27th versus 5th. And then, of course, that leads to time of possession. Seahawks are averaging the ball for 28 and a half minutes, whereas Niners for 20 in 26th place, and Niners are averaging for 33 minutes almost. For third best in the league. So, it really comes down to the ability to stay on schedule for either of these offenses. Because both of these teams, I mean, don't take it for granted. The Niners defense is, fantastic, but it seems almost like both these teams are kind of in their offense era. And it comes down to who can stop either of the offenses, right? We do have a big return, which is Abe Lucas. We don't know who we're getting, but I mean, that's something.
It's something. It's something. 'Cause we either had our rookie, or we're just gonna have him on the right
Yeah,
tackle
George
because there's no
Fant.
one else.
George Fant with the greatest con ever. We paid him
He's on IR, so we don't have to worry about him for the like right now.
I mean, coming
So
back week 15, I think we gave him like $7 million or something dumb like that, and he hasn't. He's played like
the
less than
vet,
half
that's
a
a
game.
typical vet. I know. It's been frustrating with the offensive line. I think that's part of the we need to score is just you got to fix this offensive line. Got to do something, which we thought at least with trade deadline we saw offensive linemen moving just one guard for like a sixth round or something like that. Something at least to have an extra body in there. But I think they just said we like who we have and they're not going to waste a pick, which is fair.
I mean, Nick Bosa's MAGA ass is gonna have a field day if he lines up over the middle. So like,
Middle, even on the edge. I mean, like
Charles Cross, if you're lining up, there's a chance, right?
they're not going to
He's
put him.
shown that.
He'll put Nick Bosa on everywhere else, but Charles Cross. I mean, that's how you. If your whole O line, except for Charles Cross, is a weakness, just put him everywhere. But right,
Yeah.
let someone else sit there. So if the O line can do if the O line can do their job, Gino can reduce the interceptions and stuff. We can have a game. The
Yeah,
49ers they're beatable. So
we were talking about it last week too. I know we were heated after that game. At least I was. I was ready to move on from Gino right then and there, but it took a second. You see the numbers. He's good when he's got on average I think 1.8 seconds to throw the ball, which is like I think it's dead last or maybe close to like the Titans and the Jaguars. We're bottom of the barrel when it comes to that. When he does have a moment, he can make things happen. And it doesn't always have to be from pass protection. It comes from play action. But to run play action, you need to be able to establish the run where it comes back to the offensive line again. So a lot of things depend on those trenches. And we looked at it in a way that Gino had his first audition, and then he came back on a team friendly-ish deal. We were supposed to put talent around him to shore up that. He hasn't had that talent at all. I think we got 2 tackles through the draft, and
it's just the O line. It's really just the O line that we're lacking now. We have enough wide receiver help, enough running back help to get through. It's just the execution of the offense at hand. This is a new offense we're running. New offense from Ryan Grubb that we're running here. So that's one part. And 2, that's really it's just the trenches. We need to like fix ourselves in the trenches on both sides, and then from there it's gonna all kind of play itself out from there. That's all I ask. I've definitely been looking at the press, and let's just say that everyone chose the 49ers. Obviously, I mean, especially after what we've been doing the past few weeks and the last game.
And Vegas has it, 49ers as a favorite by like a touchdown. So it's they don't even think it's close. I mean, we're playing at Levi Stadium, shittiest stadium in the country. But I don't mean that just because
is it that stadium or is it the Chargers stadium? Because people were getting injured in the LA Chargers stadium too.
SoFi.
If not, SoFi, and I think
SoFi's not.
The Commander Stadium too.
The Commanders
right?
one was bad. Yeah, the FedEx Field, or I don't know if it's still FedEx Field. But in terms of just like Niners have like a relatively new stadium compared to other teams, and it's pretty bad. I mean, you can't
basically their fans are going to be there.
Lambeau, those are historical. Yeah, but the
other
But anyway,
fans will be out there for them. We don't have no advantage in that sense. So it's really just what can we do? And then can we get the ball out quick? Don't hold on the ball too long. I don't know what else.
You're not going.
We're just saying little intricate things that hopefully that we kind of want to see.
It always just comes down to that fucking line, dude. It's just so annoying. Like,
yeah.
Gino can get the ball out, and if he can get the ball out 1.8 seconds, good. But then, literally, just like you're not even looking at that point, right? Like you got guys out there. Like I think in our NFC West roundup, you mentioned their cornerback got a big 5-year, $92 million deal. They got guys like Fred Warner out there. Like it's not like they're weak in any of the 3 phases of the defense, right? They got elite talent everywhere.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, they got elite talent everywhere, and they still got they still got players. We have our players, but defense has just been taking a lot of hits. I think that's the big thing. I think the key on defense, get after Brock Purdy. That's what the Bucks were doing. They kept him down at 23 points, and at that point, we just got to score more.
Yeah. So I guess it's on the defense to keep it close, and it's on the offense to put it through. Is that what?
And keep our defense off the field. Let them breathe and stuff like that. But otherwise, I hope they had a nice kumbaya moment in the bye because now we have a stretch of games ahead of us. So, here's to us getting another win getting us a win because we haven't had a win in a minute, and I would love to see it against the 49ers.
Yeah. Any other final thoughts before we sign off here?
I hope we get a win.
Yeah. And welcome back, Abe Lucas. I hope you're the most phenomenal, like revolutionary player at right tackle for us because we need it. Because that
I think
offensive
that
line,
surgery, didn't he have that surgery like in January of this
yeah.
year too and stuff like that? So if anything, he's gonna have the rust and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
we'll see. You know, the typical rust of just not playing a game in a
Yeah.
minute. So we'll also see how that goes.
And you know if he's got to be better than who's there, and so maybe that means we can move something like a Stone Forsythe in or something. It'll give us some flexibility. We just got
Yeah.
to see what we got.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't get injured again, but knock on wood for that one.
Yeah, and so hopefully this time next week we're coming back and saying Seahawks win. But thanks for tuning in here on Miss Reps. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you again next time.
Peace.